Oh, Banditos, I hope you're ready. That update we were looking forward to, patch 1.16, has arrived for the First Descendant, and this one is bringing more weapon XP, that reactor system that we so desperately needed, and a revamp to special operations, as well as a rework on some of those ultimate weapons. And if you've been looking for that shot focus mod, you're going to want to pay attention because you can now farm it in the game outside of combining modules. Oh, there's going to be a lot of happy people. Let's do this.
Makes it exciting!
So this is the roadmap I've created, and I'm tracking everything that the devs do and promise for future updates. So here we are on October 30th, getting 1.16. So this is the end of Frena's encrypted vault shop earnings, but you can still redeem your points through November 6th. What we're looking forward to here are the special ops upgrades, reactor, implant system, and more. So let's get into the details. This patch literally just went live, and it's available for all platforms. So let's start off with the 1.16 Reactor implant system. Now, what I want you to pay attention to are these materials. You're going to need to craft these, and they're requiring some serious bulk. So this isn't exactly a cheap process, so it's not something that you could do like super frequently, but these resources aren't rare. You just have to make sure you keep up on your crafting. It's going to cost you some gold, of course. The reactor implant function is activated on the workbench after completing a quick implant training subquest from the robot instructor. So the ultimate tier reactor consumes other ultimate tier reactors and enables implant for optimization conditions, basically allowing you to merge weapon possibilities. So the ultimate tier reactors can now have up to 3 different optimization conditions. So if you look at the reactor info here on the left, the burning singular, it's got Sigvor's and the last dagger and the final masterpiece, and he's going to replace the enduring legacy onto the final masterpiece. It'll host all 3 of those weapons, and these weapons have different ammo types. That's a huge plus. So implanted optimization conditions can be changed through implants. That's the weapons. However, even if the reactor meets multiple optimization conditions, the skill power increase option can only be applied once. So that's those 2 little dots there on the reactor, how you can power up your reactors just a little bit. So you can only do that once. All beyond resource defense improvements. So these are the special ops. So the location of the special operation resource defense has been changed in Kingston, Echo Swamp, and Fortress Field. And then all waves have been shortened from 21 to 10 total waves. So that's going to make it go a lot faster. They were trying to get this to about 15 minutes or faster, depending on how efficient your team is. They significantly increased the number of common and commander monsters appearing. Champion monsters now drop buff items similar to special operations like the mine blockade, those little yellow cubes that you can get that give you some cool buffs. So we're going to see those here. So the number and probability for interim review stage reward and monster drop rewards have been changed. For all beyond resource defense interim review stage, weapon proficiency experience reward has been added. So by completing every cycle, you're going to get weapon proficiency experience. I'm excited to test out how powerful that is. So they made a surprise update to our socket system. I wasn't expecting this. So when equipping modules of the same type as the slot socket type, the socket type of the slot will automatically change. So this is a quality of life thing. So instead of having to tab back and forth to adjust your socket type, if the mod there matches a possible socket type, it's just going to switch automatically. Super good. As a result, the previous socket type setting button has been removed and replaced with a socket info display button. Descendants daily tasks event. Yay, we get new daily tasks. So the Frena event reward system has ended, so they're replacing it. We were wondering what was going to happen. So after the update on Wednesday, October 30th, so today, until Wednesday, November 20th, Descendants daily tasks in-game events will be in progress. It consists of 6 daily tasks and 1 weekly task through which you can acquire various rewards, and the rewards will be sent to you via in-game mail. So there was some discussions. Not everybody was pleased with the Frena's encrypted vault. So I think they might be just reverting back to this more simplified system like we had before. From your game menu, they've added this to the events tab so you can now see what your tasks are and what your rewards will be. And these are pretty good looking little rewards. Look at that. The weekly one is going to give you crystallization catalyst. Oh, I love that. And then, wow, look at this resource box. I was just saying we needed one of those. Yeah, all very valuable things. And look at that gold. Yes, please. All right, back to the notes. Clear missions. So if you complete 4 zone missions on any difficulty, you're going to get 1 million in gold. That's daily. Woof. Clear intercept battles. So complete 2 void intercept battles on any difficulty, and you're going to get a lot of ingredients that you need for crystallization catalysts. Defeat enemies, 100 enemies on any difficulty will give you a 5-hour XP bonus for Descendants, and then complete 1 research item gets you weapon proficiency boost. You're gonna need a lot of these because they're revamping all of the ultimate weapons, so hopefully you stacked up on those. And then enhanced modules, 1 time you're gonna get 100,000 Kuiper shards, sort of like a refund. And then combining modules, you're gonna get low carbon activators and some other stuff. These are energy activator type things. So weekly tasks and rewards are going to give you 1 crystallization catalyst already assembled. That's not a blueprint, that's a catalyst. So you can get 1 of these a week. Super nice. So level up your reactor using the workbench. Okay, and then the resource box. This is just a giant list of resources. They've been doing a good job with the rewards, I gotta say. Good job, devs. Another pat on the back. Let's go to the shop. So Twisted Worship body skin has now been added to Twisted Worship bundle components. For Descendants who previously purchased Twisted Worship, we will send the Twisted Worship SC body skin by mail according to the following schedule. So it looks like on Wednesday, October 30th, a disconnection issue may occur, and then another send will come out on the 31st. So if you already bought this, basically you're gonna have 2 versions, one with the tail and one without the tail. So they're saying that they received the feedback and they heard you and they took off the tail, and they'll try to do a better job on staying aligned with what the community loves in future updates. So the PS5 Pro enhancement update is live. Content improvements, let's get into that. Vulgus Strategic Outpost. So a little UI buff here. The UI has been modified to show count on the left mission tracker only when Sharon neutralizes power units through infiltration. So you know, like you're hiding and Sharon's out there interacting with those and you don't know when to engage or when she's done so that you can finally attack. It's gonna let you know, sort of like a progress bar, what's going on as she's doing that. I haven't seen it yet. That's the gist as I understand it. Okay, monsters. The guidance trajectory of the guided projectiles of common and commander monsters has been completely reorganized. Basically, they nerfed all the bosses' tracking. And they're crazy tough. Like, I've been doing a lot of solo 400 infiltrations with my Descendant builds, the latest ones. Hopefully you're checking those out. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys are shooting poison at you. They have no line of sight on you, and they're hitting you with their poison accurately. It's crazy from across the room. So anyways, they went around and nerfed all of these bosses, basically reducing their tracking strength. Good, because it was really over the top. I mean, I want difficult content, I do. But it was just a little ridiculous. Infiltration operations, no resurrection zone has been deleted from the final battle section on normal difficulty. At 400% difficulty, Echo Swamps, the chapel is modified so that enhanced monsters appear a little more evenly during the battle. Weapons and modules, some improvements have been made to weapon specs and unique abilities of 3 ultimate weapons. So I am making the assumption that they're going to be doing more, but these are the ones that they're rolling out first for this patch. Now, bad news, Fallen Hope didn't make this patch, and that's sort of upsetting because that's one of Freyna's guns, and it just would have made sense for it to come out, but it didn't. So we got some other things though. Let's see if they're any good. The final masterpiece. So default firearm attack has been increased. The effect applied after reloading has changed. So one of these effects is given at random during the first reload, but is replaced in the following order during subsequent reloads. So exploding ecstasy. So first reload is random, and then you got an order after that. So exploding ecstasy, restrained dispassion, pulsing shock, and then endless indulgence. So when shooting while the exploding ecstasy effect is active, there is a certain possibility that a fire burst will occur. When shooting while the restrained dispassion effect is active, there is a certain probability that a frosty burst will occur at the hit location, and frostbite will be inflicted. Oh, that's kind of cool. When shooting while the pulsing shock effect is active, there's a certain probability that an electric shock will be applied. When shooting while the Endless Indulgent effect is active, a puddle of indulgence is created at the hit location with a certain probability, and poison is applied to the target that touches the puddle. Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's basically just a bunch of status effects that could all be good for crowd control. This could be a really neat one on Glaze number 3. We'll have to see if we can make something good for that 400% infiltration. All being cavalry, this is the LMG, so when hitting an enemy, a mark effect is applied to the target, and when hitting the enemy with the effect, the critical hit rate is increased and applied. Okay, so you get more crits. When a critical hit occurs, a ricochet occurs on surrounding enemies with a high ratio of current HP to maximum HP, and the enemies hit by the ricochet are given a stun effect. Ooh, that could be fun. Basically going to be freezing enemies in a way, right? When you keep shooting continuously, you will be given the horseshoe effect, and your movement speed while firing and movement speed while aiming will increase. This seems like this could be good for even Haley, and it's increasing your speed, and it's crit aligned. Okay, perforator. So when a critical hit occurs or a weak point is hit, an explosive scanner is created. So explosive scanner explodes when it touches terrain or enemies, causing damage to enemies within the explosion range and providing the detect effect. When hitting an enemy with the detect effect, the weak point damage is increased and applied. Ooh, boss killer maybe? Yeah, it's kind of reminding me a little bit of Greg's Reverse Fate. That seems more fun than what it is now. So yeah, perforator, here we go. Okay, they made some changes to modules. For those of you looking for shot focus, chime in now. Farming destinations for some modules have been added. Okay, so modules that were only obtainable through combining modules. So farming destinations have been added to enable farming in content. So target modules like bullet integration, shot focus, shot focus, hardline suppression, shield collector, I need that one, and hyper focus. So you can now farm these. Yay! Let's see where shot focus is. So there it is. So you can now get shot focus from Molten Fortress or these Hagios missions. Wow, look at you. So if you've been grinding for shot focus, there it is. Now's your chance. Yay, I'm sure so many people are gonna be happy with that one. Yeah, because merging modules does suck. Modules that were only obtainable through ultra precise encrypted vault rewards can also be acquired through module synthesis. So like supply tactical armor, supply firearm enhancer, reinforced frontline, and concentrated fire. So basically Enzo's mods. You can now merge mods to get and farm them through vaults. Yay. Modules that were only obtainable through hard difficulty intercept battles and combining modules. These can now also be acquired as hard infiltration operation completion rewards. Yeah, all right. Making it just easier farming. Modules that were only obtainable through hard difficulty infiltration operations. These can now also be acquired as 400% infiltration operation completion rewards. Director's additional comments, it says, on October 31st, we plan to share the dev team's thoughts and direction regarding key suggestions raised by Descendants since the Season 1 update. A dedicated community Q&A will be posted covering topics such as combat, content, products, and customization to provide detailed responses. Oh boy, we apologize for not having been able to fully engage with you as we focused on updates and hotfixes. Please look forward to the community Q&A on October 31st. That is Halloween. For more information, thank you for your interest. Wow, so I gotta say, there's so much to explore here. Look forward to more updates from me as I go through each one of these more in depth. But tell me, which of these changes is your favorite so far? Thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Tuxedo Bandido. That's Tito Bandido.
One and only.
And this was another episode of The First Descendant. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on the fantastic experiences waiting for you in The First Descendant. And if you like videos like this, check out the one I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you want to see covered, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make everything possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be without you.
When you buy or download anything for The First Descendant, be sure to use Tux's creator code to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Follow me.